taking the fight to ISIL in Iraq with American support. The US is currently spending nearly $13 million every day, keeping around 6,000 of its soldiers there and in Syria as military advisors. They're part of a global coalition battling ISIL. US President Donald Trump reportedly wants to boost that number to make good on a key pledge.
We will defeat radical Islamic terrorism, and we will not allow it to take root in our country.
So how much more would that cost?
What we know from Afghanistan and Iraq, where it costs us in these kinds of austere environments sort of $1 billion a year to keep 1,000 people in theater.
But deploying troops may be just a fraction of the real price.
You're really going to help these Arab states rebuild themselves and help the broader Arab world reform and develop to reduce the likelihood of a future ISIS sanctuary developing somewhere. And that's a multi-year, multi-tens of billions of dollar problem.
And much of that rebuilding will fall to the US State Department, whose budget is about to be cut back.
Trump's team say this is all about prioritizing what they call hard power over soft power. And it's revived an ongoing debate about whether it's best to use force or diplomacy or both to defeat ISIL.
Trump's own defense secretary thought less diplomacy was a bad idea, as he told this congressional hearing in 2013.
You don't fund the State Department fully, then I need to buy more ammunition, ultimately.
So what is the best option?
I don't think there's an exact formula to mix diplomacy and military force, but you certainly need both. And it's a mistake to rely heavily or entirely on the magic of military force. Ultimately, the problem in Iraq and Syria, if it's solvable, whether or not it is one that will come more through diplomacy than force. It will be the aftermath of force where diplomacy becomes much more important.
And the astronomical cost of that aftermath is beginning to emerge. The Iraqi government thinks rebuilding Anbar province and Mosul, where some of the most intense fighting against ISIL is still taking place, will cost $50 billion alone. And that's just one country. Owen, Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.